But listen to these words. For all the firstborn of the children of Israel are mine, both man and beast, on the day that I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt. Notice he's going back and he's referencing the deliverance that he gave the Israelites out of Egyptian bondage. He said that the day that I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, and then what's the word? Sanctified them for myself. I have set apart the firstborn for myself. A sanctified person, or even in this context, a sanctified animal, belong completely to the Lord. In other words, he could do whatever he chose to do with the firstborn. So sanctification is a way of acknowledging that God is to hold first place in the lives of his people. If you are one of God's children today, I would ask you this: is God first place in your life? Have you submitted yourself to the lordship of Jesus Christ? Are you willing and fully submitted, surrendered, and yielded to him to do whatever he wants you to do? You see, here in the context, he had redeemed Israel out of Egyptian bondage, and this act now of sanctifying or setting apart the firstborn was in effect saying, God, the whole nation belongs to you. It's just like whenever we tithe. Now this morning, most of us, Lord willing, put our tithe into the offering plate. When we put our tithe, we are saying that portion of our income is sanctified. That is, it is set apart. We have set it apart as an offering unto God. Now that does not mean that God does not own the other 90%. God owns 100% in our lives. Everything you have, I want you to understand, you're not an owner, you're a manager. God has entrusted you with it. But when we give that tithe, that sanctified offering, that set apart offering, in a sense we are offering that to God, and we are saying, God, we know that you own all of it. That's what we did this morning. We're not saying, God, you can only have 10% and the 90% is mine. No, we are saying by offering the 10%, God, you own 100%. You see, out of all the nations, Israel was a chosen people, a sanctified people, a set-apart people for God. By the way, as Christians, that's what we are supposed to be.